Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about Shahrukh Khan's top 5 dialogues. The reason this video needs to be made is because Shahrukh Khan has countless really good dialogues and throughout all of his movies, and breaking it down to the top 5 is very hard, but here you go.
डॉन को पकड़ना मुश्किल ही नहीं, नामुमकिन है।
Starting at number 5 is this dialogue from Dawn. This dialogue was used in Dawn 1 and Dawn 2. Uh, the reason this dialogue is very iconic is because the way Shah Rukh Khan says it is crazy. It shows throughout his own voice the amount of self-confidence he has himself as a person outside of movies too. It is personally one of my favorite dialogues. I know for a lot of people it's not up there, but for me it is one of my favorite ones. And it really teaches that underestimating someone can be wrong. Especially throughout Dawn 1 and Dawn 2, they show that over and over again, people who are against him underestimate him and he overcomes them. Another reason I really like this dialogue is because it showed Shah Rukh Khan in a new evil role after a long time. Even though Amitabh Bachchan said this dialogue first, the expression and the tone that Shah Rukh Khan used was on another level, and that is why this is in my top 5.
जिंदगी में कुछ बनना हो, कुछ हासिल करना हो, कुछ जीतना हो, तो हमेशा अपने दिल की सुनो, हम्म? और अगर दिल से जवाब ना आए, तो अपनी आंखें बंद करके अपनी माँ और पापा का नाम लेना, फिर देखना हर मुश्किल आसान हो जाएगी, तुम हर मंजिल पा सकोगे, जीत तुम्हारी होगी, सिर्फ तुम्हारी।
Before making this video, I won't lie, this quote from him was not even in my mind. The reason I put it at number 4 and in my top 5 is because for me personally, it really showcased the importance of parents and what he says in this dialogue and the way he explains it to his brother and his son in the movie. It really, really shows the importance of parents, especially in the situation he is in the movie. He has every reason to be against his parents, but even when he is on bad terms with them, he is still spreading this message to the people around him. Another reason this dialogue is very iconic is because Shah Rukh Khan grew up without parents. So for him to express this line and this dialogue, it, anyone can imagine how hard it must be for him. And aside from Bollywood itself, I feel like if you actually try this in your own real life, it will actually work. So that is why I'm putting this at number 4.
तुम दूसरी शादी नहीं करोगे।
माँ हम एक ही बार जीते हैं, एक बार मरते हैं, शादी भी एक ही बार होती है, और प्यार भी एक ही बार होता है, बार बार नहीं होता।
Number 3, I have this one from KUCH HOTA Hai. The reason this is in my top 5 is because it showcased heartbreak on another level. The two times he says this in the movie, he is saying it to first his mom and then second to Kajol, who is his best friend. And it really shows how heartbroken he is and how much he is overloved. It also showed a good angle of a love triangle because the second time he expresses this in the movie, the person he is saying it to is a person who is in love with him and he doesn't know it. Um, and also you can see that even though he is saying this in the movie, from his eyes, which Shah Rukh Khan is really good at acting through his eyes, he didn't really believe it himself. The first time he said it to his mom went to Kajol when they meet later in the movie and said men are stupid and make themselves believe things that are not true and unfair. And you can see this because ultimately at the end of the movie, he does fall in love again. And him saying this twice in the movie really has no point, but it is very iconic because the way he says it and how he expresses it through his eyes and his voice, it is on another level.
इतनी शिद्दत से मैंने तुम्हें पाने की कोशिश की है कि हर जर्रे ने मुझे तुमसे मिलाने की।
At number 2, I have this quote, which for me personally is his best and most iconic quote, but the only reason I'm not putting it at number one is because the one that is at number one is the most memorable. So for me, this code is really motivating. And when you translate it to English, and it basically tells you that if you really, really want something, nothing in the universe can stop you from getting it, it plays a big, big role in your mind. Even in the movie, the two times he says it, it comes at a very good point because the first time he says it, he is saying it when he has nothing, and the second time he says it is even after having everything.
I'm sorry.
क्या क्या कहा आपने?
And at number one, I have this quote, which I know that everyone was expecting. This quote is by far one of the most famous quotes in Bollywood itself, not just from Shah Rukh Khan's films. It is such a simple dialogue, but it has been said over and over again throughout the movie itself, DDLJ, and other movies too. This literally set up Shah Rukh Khan's career because the role he played in this movie and the dialogues he had, especially this one, just made him go to the next level after this. It was given in a very light mood throughout the movie, and it was in a scene where Kajol was mad at him, and he said it just to kind of underplay how mad she was, and that he really doesn't care. But it has left a big mark in Bollywood's history. Throughout Shah Rukh Khan's whole career so far, he has had so many good quotes and lines. These are my top five personally that I think he has. If you guys think there's any different ones or I should have put something else in my top five, please put that in the comment and let me know. But this is all for this video. Thank you.